Hey everybody, the secret to lasting weight loss is not what you think. Just want to talk to you for a couple of minutes about what really it takes to keep the weight off. I ran into a guy this morning. He had done my program and lost about 85 pounds, was doing fantastic. I would have him come and speak to some of my groups because he just did so well. And he's probably put on half of the weight that he lost, he put back on. He was kind of embarrassed about it. Whatever, that happens. And we didn't have a long conversation, and I don't push things on people. They come to me, I'm going to help them, but he didn't ask me any questions, so we didn't have a conversation. But I was wondering, and I kind of wanted to ask him, hey, Jim, what if you had kept that 85 pounds off up to now? What would that have looked like for you? What would it have felt like, and would it have been worth it? What do you think he would have said? I think he would have said, yeah, I just got back in some of my old habits. I wish I hadn't. I could have stayed here. I could have kept it off, and I wish I had. Isn't that what they're going to... Yeah, that's what you're going to say. You're not going to say it just was impossible for me to maintain. Occasionally you might hear that, but generally it's, I just got back into some old habits. So here's the key to lasting weight loss is you got to look at it like this. You're moving from one home to the other. You used to live in a house that did not have a pool or a yard, right? You lived in an apartment, and you decided it's going to be best for me and my family to move to this home that has a pool and a yard. What's the difference? Well, here's the difference. For the rest of your life, as long as you choose to live here, you're going to have to take care of the pool and take care of the yard. Clean the pool, cut the yard. Now, you can get help doing that, but it has to be done as long as you live there. So what weight loss is you move to this new place, like Jim, and he was taking care of this. He was taking care of his new home. It took work that living in the old home didn't take. And he's got to decide, am I going to live here or move back to my old place? And that's what we're all having to decide. Is it worth it? But you've got to make that your new home. I'm working with a girl now who has a brain tumor that is growing. It's not malignant, but it's growing. And of course, if it continues to grow, it will kill her. And she is on a protocol that a nutrition doctor, I don't know exactly who this woman is, but she has had some success with people with these types of things. And she's got a protocol, and some of the things this girl is doing, she called me and said, would you help me be accountable to living this way for 1 month? And she's going to live that way for 1 month in hopes of saving her life. When it comes to keeping weight off, it's such a casual thing for most people. Like, it'd be nice. Well, if you look at it less casual and like, this may end up saving my life. It just is... requires more effort and mindset change than most people are willing to accept. And they're like, I'm just going back to the way it used to be. I'm not going to keep doing these things. I thought this was just going to be temporary. It's not temporary. You're moving there forever. Can you make it your home? Now, this girl that's doing this for a month is to save her life. And it's way more rigid, way more crazy than anything you will ever have to do to lose weight and keep it off. But you are going to have to do some things that aren't as fun as you used to do when you lived in the apartment. So forever, you've got to choose, I've got a new home. I'm going to have to clean this pool and cut this grass the rest of my life. And you get to swim. Your kids get to play in the yard. Your dog has room to roam. If you'll focus on the benefits of it rather than the work that's required, you can do it. But you've got to have that mindset change. Guys, you can keep the weight off for life, but embrace that new home. Trainer Joe, remember, train your brain and transform your body.